and welcome to the Friday edition of Vision Sports 360. I'm Austin Arome, here to take you through the ever exciting world of sports. And looking at what we have for you today, we're going to be looking at the All African Games that is ongoing. Yesterday, the Falconets lost to the Ghanaian counterpart in the gold medal match yesterday, right there at the All African Games. I will also take a look at the performance of other Nigerians as Toby Amusho swept every medal available for her yesterday, as she won 3 gold medals to increase Nigeria's gold tally as far as the All African Game is concerned. We also take a look at the top 5 of the top 5 in terms of the medal table at the ongoing All African Games. Egypt, putting that daylight between themselves and every other competitor as far as the African game is concerned. Nigeria is second, but I can tell you that in terms of the medals won, Nigeria has nothing near Egypt. We'll also look at that. We'll also try to look at Rivers United upcoming Champions League CAF Confederations Cup quarter-final match against USM Algiers, as former coach of Kwara United is actually quite confident that Rivers United will overcome USM Algiers. We also try to look at yesterday's games. We'll try to look at teams that have qualified for European Championship. We also look at some friendly games that were played yesterday. Portugal winning even without Ronaldo, even with the absence of Ronaldo. And also basketball also is available. We'll also talk about what's happening in the NBA. All this and more we're going to be talking about on the show today. But before we do that, I'd like to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll look into these stories as we can see if we can divulge the story. So don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still Vision Sport 360. Now let's look at the sporting stories how that is trending right now, or trying to look at what's trending. The most important thing that's happening in Africa right now is the All African Games. As far as the All African Games is concerned, Nigeria are not doing too badly. They are number 2 on the medals table. Egypt is number 1, but in terms of performance, you'll see Egypt as should I say, there's the distance between Egypt and every other country participating on these in this African games. It's much, if you ask me. It's that kind of performance where when you get to the Olympics, you see the United States of America winning almost everything. You see the likes of China following behind them. It's always usually like that. There are particular countries that when you get to this kind of events, they are always dominating. As far as the All African Games is concerned, Egypt is one of those countries you can actually stop them from winning certain event, and they've shown so far that they are capable of that. But one disappointing thing that happened yesterday for Nigeria is the fact that Nigeria had the chance of winning the gold medal in women's football category, but then they lost to Ghana 2 goals to 1. After extra time, Nigeria actually took the lead in the first half of the encounter. Went into the break with that lead. They came back. I think around 76-77 minutes. Ghana equalized and the game was taken to extra time. I actually thought that Nigeria did played well, but then it was not to be at the end of the day. Ghana somehow managed to score in the first half of the extra time, and that was all they needed as they won gold as the football women's category at the All African Games, and Nigeria has to settle for the silver medal at the end of the day. So a disappointing one for Nigeria, Falconet at the All-African Games. Now let's switch gears now, still talking the African Games. I'll look at the performance of Nigeria's track queen, Tobiloba Amusan, who had a hat-trick of gold medals at the ongoing African Games, where she won the fifth, she won by, that's a fifth medal, so to say, and the ongoing African Games. And Toby, I'm sure, actually has been predicted rather to grab #1 position in hurdles 100 meters final, which is actually I don't know how to put it, but so far so good. It's been last year 2023 was a fantastic year for Toby. In 2022 as well, she broke the world record. We thought that she actually broke it again, but that was not to be. In the semi-finals of the World Athletics Championship, broke the world record, and then in the final she ran another world record, but then that record, according to IAAF, would not stand because she was aided by the wind. But at the All-African Games, she's still putting up a good performance, despite the fact that in that semi-final she had a false start, and she was actually at the risk of being disqualified. But at the end of the day, she was allowed to take part, and she showed what she can actually do by winning gold, dominating, and this is actually what Toby Amusan is known for. And she ran a time of 12.89 seconds, and Sadiomi Fidasoa ran a time of 13.19 seconds to win a silver medal, while another Nigerian, Faith Osumoi, who narrowly missed out on the podium, finished as she ran the time of 13.77 seconds in the fourth position. And there's a gold medal also won by the wrestling contingent. I think as far as the All-African Game is concerned, the weightlifting won more medals for Nigeria than any other sports at this competition. Now let's take a look at the medals table. We'll just take a look at the top 5 as far as the medals table is concerned. We have Egypt in number 1, Nigeria in number 2, Algeria and number 3, and we have Tunisia South Africa number 4, and then Tunisia number 5. So that makes up the top 5 as far as the All-African Game is concerned. As a matter of fact, South Africa and Algeria have more medals than Nigeria, but courtesy of the fact that Nigeria has more gold medals, which is part of the reason why they are number 2 on the medals table. Switching gears now, we're talking football at this time around, as Rivers United prepare for the crunch battle between the Rivers United and USM Algiers. If you recall, the Algerian side just CAF Confederation Cup champions, and they also hold the CAF Super Cup after they defeated Al Ahly of Egypt, the winner of the CAF Champions League. Also, Rivers United came down against Ghana's Dream FC to navigate their way into the Confederations Cup quarter-finals with a 2-1 late win against Dream FC of Ghana. And according to the former coach of Kwara United, that's Coach Samson Onwanel, is saying that Kwara United, Rivers United rather, has everything it takes to progress to the next round of the competition. But one thing I know about this North African side, they have the way of playing. I think they call it antics. Yeah, so there's usually these antics that they bring in every time they're playing, especially at home, and it's always very, very difficult, especially when you are the one that is playing the home game first. And in this case, Rivers United will be playing their home game before they travel to Algeria to take on USM or Jazz, and you know how that you know what that means. It's always very difficult for Nigerian clubs to go away from home, even when they get a good result right here, and take that result against North African sides. And we just hope that this Rivers United side will not disappoint Nigerians at the end of the day by winning and progressing to the next round. Their first game will be at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. That's in Uyo. That's where they play their home Champions League game. And we wish Rivers United the best of luck as they try to actually put Nigeria on the map. I can't really remember the last time a Nigerian club side played in the semi-finals of a CAF club competition. So we're looking forward to Rivers United versus USM or Jazz as far as the CAF Confederations Cup is concerned. So on that note, I would like to go on a quick break. When we come back, we have more to talk about right here on Vision Sport 360. Welcome back to the show, Vision Sport 360 on Wonderland Television. Now let's switch gears. Now we're talking football. This time we move to Europe, where Ukraine will play Iceland in Wrocław, Georgia. As Greece, Georgia will host Greece, and Poland will visit Wales in Tuesday's Euro 2024 playoff finals. Albert Gudmundsson scored the hat-trick as Iceland came back to beat Israel 4-1 in the Bulgarian capital Budapest. Ukraine scored 2 late goals to stun Bosnia-Herzegovina in a 2-1 win in Zenica. Georgia have qualified for the tournament, beating Luxembourg, while Greece enjoyed a comfortable 5-0 thrashing of Kazakhstan in Athens. Wales beat Finland 4-1 in Cardiff, while Poland defeated Estonia 5-1. The Euro 2024 playoff involves a group winner of the 3 division in the last UEFA Nations League, or the highest ranked team who did not qualify for the tournament directly. Israel's home game against Iceland had been played in Budapest because of the war in Gaza. Also, Zahavi missed a penalty for the Iceland team before Gudmundsson scored 2 late goals to complete his hat-trick. Also, we look at the qualifier. They're talking about the friendly games that were also played yesterday. We have Portugal beating Sweden by 5-2. Even despite the fact that Ronaldo was not involved in that game, Bruno Fernandes was on the score sheet. Matheus Nunes also was on the score sheet. The likes of Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva, and Nunes actually the defender. We had 2 Nunes playing in the Portuguese team, the midfielder, and then there was a Nunes who is playing as a defender. So they were both on the score sheet as they defeated Sweden by 5-2. And a lot of people are saying, is it time for Cristiano Ronaldo to retire and leave the Portugal national team? So this is what everybody is talking about at the moment, and we hope this is not time yet for Ronaldo. He was rested yesterday, and several other first team players also as well were rested for this particular game because they have a Euro qualify, having qualified for Euro 2024. So there's no need to actually risk your big player. So they had to rest the likes of Ronaldo, and without Ronaldo, Portugal still were able to beat Sweden, one of the most difficult teams to play with as far as to play against, rather, as far as European football is concerned. Let's take a look at other results. We have Belarus losing to Montenegro. Cyprus played out a 1-0 draw against Latvia. Andorra and South Africa, it was a 1-1 draw between Andorra and South Africa, while Italy defeated Venezuela by 2-1. And wrapping up on the show, we're rounding up with basketball as a star player Giannis Antetokounmpo scored 21 points on his return from injury as Milwaukee Bucks beat Brooklyn Nets 111 to 108 points. So Milwaukee Bucks defeating Brooklyn Nets at 115 to 108, and then there's a clash, as they call it, between two-time NBA most valuable player who missed the game, and there was also Damian Lillard who scored 30 points and had to steal, and had 2 key steal rather in the quarter as the Bucks held over a late net rally. So Lillard actually had a good game. Scored more than even Giannis Antetokounmpo. But at the end of the day, his 30 points was not enough to actually help that comeback, because they were threatening to come back around that third quarter. But then the Milwaukee Bucks had to hold on to make sure that they win this one. And Giannis Antetokounmpo, despite only returning and coming back from injury, he was able to put in a good performance with that 21 points on the day. It was also the game which was actually tied at 96 with less than 5 minutes remaining when Lillard stole the ball from Cam Thomas and began a fast center attack, resulting in 3-pointer by Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's also tell you that Antetokounmpo had 11 assists from his 22 triple double. And other results have reigning champions Denver Nuggets, who moved level with Western Conference leader Oklahoma City Thunder after a 113 to 100 point victory over the New York Knicks. Jalen Brunson scored 26 points for the Knicks, who suffered a first defeat in 5 games as Luka Doncic scored 34 points as Dallas beat Utah Jazz 113 to 97 points. That's a pummeling, if you ask me. And Dallas Mavericks, for me, are one of those teams. You look forward to one of those teams that are favorites every season to win the NBA title, not just because of anything, because of the fact that they have a big game player in their roster. I'm talking about Luka Doncic, and he's proven over the years that he can deliver. And in this game, he scored 34 points to help them beat the Utah Jazz. We also have Lauri Markkanen, who scored 21 points, and Colin Sexton, who added 20 points off the bench for Utah, who are now 4 games without a win. The Houston Rockets also extended their winning streak to 7 with a 127 to 117 point win over the Chicago Bulls. Jalen Green scored 26 points, and Dillon Brooks added 23 for the Rockets as Ayo Dosunmu, Nigeria's Ayo Dosunmu, scored a career high 35 points for the New York Bulls. I think if not that I'm on set right now, I would have given Ayo Dosunmu a round of applause. This is one guy who has not spent enough time in the league. I think he was drafted 2 seasons ago. As a young man coming into the team, had high hopes for you know, the Chicago Bulls. You know, it's been used sparingly, so to say. But then in this particular one, he gave a performance that is worthy of commendation. Not many players will score up to 35 points in a game in all their career, and this is just a young man, you know, who is just 2 seasons into the league, and you know, it's quite fantastic that you know, Ayo Dosunmu has been able to put in 35 points for the Chicago Bulls. It is on this note I want to wrap it up on today's edition of Vision Sport 360. I remain Austin Arome, thanking the production crew for doing a good job behind the scene, and on behalf of all of us here, so thank you for watching and bye for now.